So I have the LED package on my Jeep, and I broke one. I sealed it with some clear RTV, which will probably keep it from leaking, but it's going to fail eventually. This thing's a virtual lunchbox hanging off the back corner of your Jeep, and they're notorious for getting smashed off-road. The light is bright, although it's quite scattered. At Great Smoky Mountain Jeep Invasion, I met the Morimoto folks, and I decided to go with the XB LED taillights with a spot for the stock proximity sensor at about the same angle as the original light, although being quite a smaller footprint. I paid retail for these, and I'm not sponsored by Morimoto Lighting. These are about half the price of the OEM enclosures, and I think they're quite a considerable improvement. To increase my visibility while backing up, I opted for the Morimoto Boost Bar, which ties into the reverse lights or plugs into the XB taillights. It just basically uses the two top screws from your license plate to mount and really enhances the light you get when you're in reverse. The Boost Bar will have its own video as well as the smoke side markers I picked up for the front. If you'd like to pick up a set, there will be links in the description. These are plug and play, and if you do not have the LED package, they do come with resistors you can use to add in. They come apart with basic tools, a 10mm socket, and an extension. We'll get the lights out. You'll need a Phillips head screwdriver to swap out the proximity sensors from your old lights as well. The screw I'm removing is plastic, so I'm not going to use power tools to get it out with the risk of destroying it. It also has a Torx. I believe it's a 25. Don't quote me on that. Once the light's out, you'll have to unplug it, which you do by sliding out on the red tab and pushing in with a black tab below as you pull the connector away from it. Here's a closer view. You pull back on the red tab and you're going to press on that black tab, which will raise the other end to get it off of the tooth on the other side of the plug, which is here. So to remove the proximity sensors on your old lights, you'll have to remove 3 Phillips head screws, and then you'll pull it away. It has a retention clip at the top. And then you'll remove 2 more screws, which will, this piece will slide out, and you'll see the housing for the sensor snapped into this little plastic frame. Unsnap the 4 clips and it'll pull out, and then disconnect it from the sensor. The new taillights are the same as the OEM, with the same 3 screws and the same retention clip. I'm adding some dielectric grease because why not? Before you plug this in, you'll want to thread the connector through the housing. Otherwise, you won't be able to get it to plug in once the sensor is in the housing. Now just snap it back in and screw the light back together. So now you'll just get it plugged in, and the plug itself actually has a retention clip that it slides onto on the back of the light housing. Oh, and there's a little pigtail you can see in front of my left hand, the little black thing. That actually is where their optional boost bar plugs in. The boost bar is getting its own video. The other little pigtail is actually where the resistor would plug in if you do not have the LED package in your Jeep. Getting the plug back plugged in and attached to the light, both those steps are a little fiddly. And the reinstall process is super easy. Just reinsert the plastic bolt and you're done. Mine are the tinted lens version. There is also a more traditional red lens version available. I personally think these are quite an improvement over the OEM lights aesthetically. And I think they're a little brighter too. The splotchy light on the left side are the OEM lights, and the smoother red light on the driver's side are the Morimotos. And in reverse, you can see the same effect, splotchy light versus smoother. I think the Morimotos are a little bit of a warmer light than the OEM, and a little bit brighter.